In early February, we decided to leave our backyard in the Pacific Northwest, since most of our trails and mountains are covered in snow, and head all the way down to Southern California into the Mojave Desert in search of fun off-road trails and hopefully better weather. We set our sights on exploring a part of the East Mojave Heritage Trail, an incredible 780-mile off-road trail system that weaves in and out of the Mojave National Preserve. On this rugged journey, we explored lots of historic mines, marveled at those alien Joshua trees, went on a thrilling hike, and soaked in the most magical desert sunsets. So let's hit the trail. My name is Stefan, and this is Bronc Riding. To get to the Mojave, we had to tackle 1,000 highway miles, but we were determined to get back on the trail after a few months. In eastern Nevada, we ran into a pretty wild dust storm that actually shut the highway down. Luckily, we were putting our mapping software to good use, and we got around the closure and continued our journey south. Our route led us through some interesting old mining towns in eastern Nevada, where it feels like time has stopped here, or at least it passes slower.
This little town is more interesting than some of the ones we've passed through.
Yeah, it's pretty neat here, isn't it?
Smoke and Jay's in Beatty, Nevada was a great place to grab some lunch. And if you're ever in the area, I'd highly recommend you give it a try. But now, it's time to top up our tanks and start to hit the trail.
Hey, they have HBO. Let's stay here. Finally aired down and we are on dirt after over 1,000 miles coming down from Oregon, but it's so worth it. It's 75 degrees and sunny. It's a whole lot better than the snowstorm we have up there in the north. So it's a little late in the day, but we hope to find camp somewhat soon, but it's going to be an amazing trip. So far it's starting out all right. We had all kinds of crazy weather coming down here, dust storms, crazy wind, rainstorms, everything. And now we are finally in the sun heading into the Mojave Desert, so I can't wait.
Unfortunately, the days in the winter are pretty short, so we decided to look for a good camp spot not too far into the trip, and we found this great little canyon next to an old mine that was just perfect for us. The weather was amazing, and we really enjoyed the summer-like temperatures for a change. that evening, we saw a coyote wander around on the canyon's edge, looking down at us. It almost felt like we accidentally wandered into a scene of a cheesy Western movie. Welcome to day one of our trip on the East Mojave Heritage Trail. Actually, we're not quite on the East Mojave Heritage Trail quite yet. We're on a piece of the California BDR, kind of connect into it, coming down from the north. It was a long day driving yesterday. We had dust storms, we had rainstorms, we had snowstorms, we had all kinds of crazy weather coming down from the north. But I'm glad we're finally here. And you can tell it's very pleasant temperature here in February, which is beautiful. So that's why we came. Have a nice trip here and escape from the not so ideal weather up north. We found a pretty good campsite here, close to an old mine. And when we looked around, we found this apparently has been used as some sort of an ancient garbage dump. We found a big can dump here, and then there were some cars from the 40s. I mean, it's crazy the kind of stuff that people leave behind in the desert. But in this little canyon here, we had our peace and quiet. It was really pleasant last night, and we had a great time. So I can't wait to get on the trail. It's going to be a fun time. We have a good amount of trail ahead of us today, and it's going to be amazing to see the Mojave Desert at I think it's its best season of the year. So come along with us. Well, I'm not an expert, but these cars are probably from, I'd say, maybe the early 50s, late 40s. And it's amazing that they're still holding up. Somebody just cut the top off here, but everything else still holds together. I think if you would use one of our cars today and leave it here for 70 years, I don't think there's going to be that much left of it. So, but nevertheless, it's sad to see that people use this area as a complete, waste dump here so many years ago. But when are we going to cross the line from waste dump to archaeological site, right? I think with stuff being that old, we're getting close.
Yeah, the vegetation's way more.
As the trail got a little rougher this morning, I noticed that I made a mistake in how I mounted the side packs that carried my extra fuel.
I just forgot why I did it.
So we stopped and rearranged the external load, and that took care of these annoying rattles.
Put my tools on the bottom of the truck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's
Good up. We are now on the officially on the East Mojave Heritage Trail. So we got our little connection road done, and we just connected with segment 2, and excited about it. So heading down the Kingston Wash. The Kingston Wash was a lot of fun to drive through, and here's where we found our first East Mojave Heritage Trail mailbox, which we happily signed. The book. We can sign the book. Couple Valley 4-wheelers.
sounds cool.
Winter rainstorms can change the desert trails a lot, and going through these washes is fun, but it's going quite slow. This trail got quite a bit more difficult in this part here. We're going alongside a washed out railroad track. In some parts we're going on the railroad, track, but not much. Most of it we're just going right through
all the washes, which is kind of fun. So this is really a cool place to go. So I can really recommend it. Yeah, just keep going straight. You're fine. Okay, rear lockers.
Climbing up this hill was where the lockers in the Duke came in really, really handy. We had a long day on the trail in the Mojave, and it was almost dark by the time we found camp at this old miner's cabin.
Today we drink our water. Okay. Need to lose some weight.
Tonight, we cooked a scrumptious steak dinner and relaxed around the campfire, enjoying each other's company. We talked about our long day on the East Mojave Heritage Trail and wondered what might lie ahead the next day. We woke up to a stunning morning under blue skies, and we took our time to enjoy the beautiful weather. And after breakfast, we explored that old cabin a little more.
All the way open and then look through it.
The Mojave Desert is incredibly diverse, and we really enjoyed the serenity. We have heard the Mojave Road, which runs right through the middle of the preserve, can be quite busy, but the East Mojave Heritage Trail seemed to be the exact opposite. With the exception of a few stops in Baker, we have not seen a single soul on the trail. It's hard to believe that we're actually in the state of California. Today, we were climbing higher up into the mountains and taking a detour to explore an old mine. Well, we couldn't quite reach it, but we undoubtedly enjoyed the challenge.
We're good right now. A little bit driver. Straighten out. It looks good. Go ahead. Good. Perfect line.
Some of these obstacles don't look all that challenging on camera, but they did not leave all that room for error.
Straighten
Which
out.
is, when in doubt, it's a good idea to spot one
Now the
another.
dip for the backside. Perfect. You're out.
We spotted another little side road on the map, and that one did not disappoint at all. We drove up to the top of Turquoise Mountain, which had a massive microwave communication installation and the most amazing views of the Mojave Desert.
I feel like I'm in a Dr. Seuss movie.
Oh my gosh, exactly.
We came through the spectacular stand of these very large and incredibly alien-looking Joshua trees. They only grow in the higher elevations of the Mojave Desert, and Joshua trees can be over 1,000 years old.
That's a tortoise.
That's a big ass tortoise.
We got on this section of the East Mojave Heritage Trail, section 2, and I didn't expect much of it. It started out okay, it was not too interesting. But now we ended up in this higher elevation area, which is just, there's Joshua trees everywhere. It looks absolutely amazing, completely otherworldly to be here. We have perfect weather for this too, which is a real bonus. But the Joshua trees here are really something else. I'm sure you're going to see a lot of footage here. But we were just stunned how this just happened out of the blue. From a relatively boring, desert trail to this in minutes. That was really cool. This is the first water we have seen in 2 days, right?
True.
We came across this quite unusual old mine. At least I think it's a mine. There were lots of rooms that were just beneath the surface, and I wonder what these may have been used for.
They're just small little rooms down here. Strange.
Maybe there were storage facilities, or maybe people lived in it.
Just these little rooms here, right underneath the surface. It wasn't an easy way to build some storage facilities. So these are the skylights for the rooms underneath.
Later in the segment, we came to a gate, and we were a little worried about if we could proceed. But luckily, the gate was unlocked, and it turned out the trail was allowed to pass through this mining property. This, by the way, is the only operating rare earth mine in the United States. And of course, the mandatory California warning sign is so off the charts that it's almost comical. This night, we found a nice flat spot off the trail, and we decided to set up camp there. This place was at over 5,000 feet, and it was a little windy and quite a bit colder than the lower elevations, but we had the most amazing sunset.
Good morning. It's our third night of camp here, and it has been very windy and quite cold last night. So we decided to pack up camp, not to mess around with breakfast this morning, and let's find another location where it's a little warmer, maybe lower elevation, and take it from there. Found a good spot here. It's really nice. But it's 5,200 feet elevation, and I know some cold wind came in, and it is cold. We definitely have used all our warm clothes last night, which I'm glad we brought it. So, but it's a good spot, so we are getting ready to pack up and get out of here. So come along.
The views over the Mojave Desert on top of this pass at well over 5,000 feet were amazing. But the wind was really howling, and we decided not to hang out for too long up here. We stopped for a moment at Riley's cemetery to grab a quick bite out of the back of the truck. Some of my fog lights showed quite a bit of condensation inside the lenses. So we did loosen up the ventilation screws on the back of the lights a little bit and went back on the trail and hoped they would dry out eventually.
We're here at the Evening Star mine on the trail, that's a pretty big old structure, so we're gonna go and check that out here in a bit. Well, it's pretty cool up there.
You can see the mine shaft over here.
Oh, that's cool.
Right on down.
That's huge, this structure.
Yeah. Maybe it was silver, I don't guess, or maybe some.
The Evening Star Mine is a really big structure that is in remarkably good shape and is easy to spot from quite a distance away.
Right into the mine over here.
That's cool.
Yeah.
The mine was in operation only from 1939 to 1944. It produced mainly tungsten, and it was also the only producer of tin ore in the Mojave Desert. After a quick refueling stop, we found our way back onto dirt and continued on the trail.
These are extremely large Joshua trees out here, though.
These things must be quite old.
I don't know, we were just talking about that.
Also sad to see that big, large area where they're all burnt down, and I'm sure it takes a very long time for those things to recover. They don't look like they're growing very fast.
The Joshua trees in the Mojave Desert always fascinate us. These alien-looking trees have an average lifespan of about 150 years, and some may be far older. It is a little sad to see how devastating wildfires in this area can be, especially for the slow-growing Joshua trees.
Looks like the winds are dying down a little bit now, and the temperature is super pleasant now.
I'm showing just maybe 59, 60 degrees. It's perfect.
We have now made it into the Mojave National Preserve and continue on the East Mojave Heritage Trail, which is very diverse. We have all kinds of crazy routes already. Early this morning, right after we got up and packed up camp because it was cold and windy. We got to a mountaintop with a great view. It was very windy too, and then we got down a wash that was very, very rocky. So it was real hardcore rock crawling there. So we had to spot one another to get through this. Fortunately, we didn't take any footage there because it was really cold and windy. So nobody was in the mood of taking video footage while spotting and driving. So it was all hands on deck, but it certainly got everybody's attention right away, right after getting up. So now we're driving through the desert, and we're heading toward the center of the Mojave Desert, and where we're eventually going to meet up with the Mojave Trail.
Next, we reached the Aiken Cinder Mine. This mine was operated much more recently, from 1948 until 1990. It produced volcanic cinder that was used in construction projects and most famously, the Las Vegas Strip. When it closed, they essentially left everything behind. Tractors, diesel engines, massive conveyor belts, shakers, weigh stations, you name it. This was quite a large operation, which makes it a cool area to explore for all the 5-year-old kids in us.
We made it officially to the southern point, the end of the section 2 of the Eastern Mojave Heritage Trail. It was super exciting. All kinds of different terrains, anything from lava to a lot of sand and all sorts of different vegetation. And if people say the desert is boring, they really don't know what it's like. So it's a great place to come here. And now at the end, we're going to get this reward. This spectacular view down the valley there. There's some power lines here, but can't blame them. That's probably the quickest way. But it is so cool. You can see so far all these layers of mountains, one after another, and beautiful weather. So far the Mojave is perfect. I mean, not a disappointment at all. We're glad we came. Heading down on section 3 now of the East Mojave Heritage Trail. That's our next segment that we're going to go on. I mean, each of those segments are very long. The first one, or segment 2 that we did, was almost 200 miles. So it took us a few days to do that, and I'm not even sure if we can do the whole section 3 because that's another big section over 200 miles. So we'll see. But there's so many cool things here, so many cool things to check out. The weather is fantastic. It's nice and warm. We have a light breeze here on top of Rocky Ridge. Nothing uncomfortable at all. So I hope tonight's not going to be quite as cold as it was last night. I think we're going to drop a lot of elevation too. We're already down, 2,000 feet from where we were last night. And I think going this direction, we're dropping even more elevation. So that's going to help with the temperature too. So, and we're excited to get on section 3, try it out. I hope we don't have another windy night when we set camp tonight.
That was a little much.
Tonight, we were driving into the golden hour, and the light in the desert was just magical. And just before sunset, we had reached the Crucero Lake Playa, which was a perfect place to set up camp for the night.
Cheers to
We've enjoyed the warm evening and each other's company in a place that we had all to ourselves as far as the eye can see. As the sun sets, this becomes one of those nights that really manifests why we're overlanding. The ability to access and spend time in remote areas of our beautiful country that most folks don't even know exists feels like a great privilege. But not everyone gets it. Sometimes, when we tell some people about what we love about overlanding, their response is, "Aren't you scared to be all alone out there?" It's wild to think that what we treasure most, solitude and the vast untouched spaces, can spark fear in those who have never done anything remotely like that. Having access to our amazing public lands and the freedom to travel independently is a huge privilege, and we are truly grateful for it.
Okay, so what's for dinner tonight?
What's for dinner? Is chicken and rice, and onions and peppers.
Ooh, that looks good. Yum.
Hope so.
We'll see.
Sitting around the campfire, we were reflecting on how amazing and surprisingly lonely the East Mojave Heritage Trail has been so far. It turns out that early February is a great time to explore this region. Well, as long as the weather stays dry.
I think you commented on our
Yeah,
video and
he had
asked.
one thing like, yeah, that's my favorite YouTube channels. Ozark Overland and Trail Recon and bronc riding. Did I just hear this right?
That's awesome.
Our one fan.
Yeah, because he commented.
I'm glad we kept driving last night a little bit longer because we found this spectacular place to camp. It's a playa, like an old dry lake bed, completely flat, which makes camping nice and easy. And it's on BLM land here, so we're just outside of the Mojave National Preserve. And we were going under a power line road for quite some time, which was fun driving, but it's not a great place to camp. I don't necessarily like to be under power lines. It just kind of ruins the ambience a little bit. But here we have this whole valley for ourselves. There was not a single soul anywhere, no light, nothing, which was super cool. So we had a great place here, had some breakfast, and now we're hitting the trails again, going on section 3, heading down south from here. So this has been a great trip so far, and I'm excited to see the next parts of section 3. This morning, we set out to find the famous Mojave megaphone. No one knows what the purpose of this device is, but its unique design and location certainly leaves room for a lot of imagination. My best guess is that it's probably some sort of an art installation. It's a pretty rocky climb from the bottom to the top where the megaphone is placed, and there's not really a trail. But we thought it was well worth the effort and gave it a go.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room up here.
You guys made it all the way up to the megaphone. What's the megaphone for? What do you think?
For announcing our presence.
Okay, try it.
We love overlanding.
We love the desert!
I think they could hear you in LA.
Made it to the megaphone. And it was amazing.
Yeah, we just stopped at the Mojave megaphone, which I have no idea what this thing is all about, but it's kind of cool. It's a cool place to go there. And now we're heading through the desert and heading down south. And still haven't seen a single soul driving on this trail or camping on this trail in 4 days. I can't believe this. Since nobody's going here, but it's a great place. So anyways, we got it all to ourselves, which is really cool. What was your favorite part about the megaphone?
And then just yelling something into the megaphone was fun.
Yeah, it's good to behave like a third grader every once in a while.
Driving over the Broadwell Playa was a lot of fun, and it reminded us a little bit of being on the Mojave Desert. It was a welcome change after crossing hundreds of dry washes in the desert, which can make for pretty slow progress at times.
Who's filming first?
In the little town of Ludlow, we stopped to say hi to Jenny, its most famous and not so wild burro. We also topped off our gas tanks, since we are about to enter our longest stretch without a major fuel supply. The Duke's tank only holds 15 gallons, and although it has pretty reasonable gas mileage, it does not give us a huge range, which is why we carry extra fuel in our roto packs. After leaving Ludlow, we headed southeast deeper into the desert, and the terrain changed yet again. Oh, and here's one tip that might be useful. Ludlow is a dry town, so if you're looking to buy a six-pack of something other than soda to drink around the campfire, then you will be out of luck here. The East Mojave Heritage Trail has been put together by a gentleman named Bill Creech. Many of you have probably heard of the Mojave Road, which runs right through the middle of the Mojave National Preserve, since it's one of America's most famous overland trails. But if you ask some overlanders if they have heard of the East Mojave Heritage Trail, you'll most likely get a blank stare in response. We are only tackling about half of the entire East Mojave Heritage Trail, and so far, it has really exceeded all our expectations. It is pretty diverse, very scenic, and has lots of cool waypoints to explore, and best of all, we are completely alone on it. Other than at a highway crossing where we stopped to refuel, we have not seen anyone else on the trail for now 3 days. I am glad we are attempting this with 2 vehicles, since many parts of this trail are quite far from a paved road. On this section, we have a little company with an enormous freight train, which makes for an unexpected backdrop and adds to the charm of our adventure. Further down the trail, we found the mailbox number 3, which of course is a must stop. And lo and behold, here is where we met our first other overlanding vehicle since we started on this trail, which was now 4 days ago. And spoiler alert, this will be the only time we would meet another overlanding vehicle anywhere on this entire trail.
Yeah. So when was the last entry?
Let's take a look. 110 of 25.
Hi.
So here is the very first overlander we see in 4 days on the trail. I can't believe it. Last entry was January 10th, almost a month ago. Crazy.
From there, we continued through the desert and along a very scenic cinder cone toward Amboy. This was once an important stop on the historic Route 66 until I-40 bypassed this section altogether and turned Amboy into the de facto ghost town that it is today. There are now only a handful of folks left here who run Roy's, a super cool little store and gas station with some serious Route 66 vibes.
Take you for a ride in my brand new car. Gonna take you for a ride in my brand new car. Gonna take you for a ride in my brand new car. You better hold on to the leather and thread, 'cause we're gonna take off like a thoroughbred. Gonna take you for a ride in my brand new car. Look at the stars, don't they shine it bright? The moon is full, so it's a perfect night. Give me a kiss and close the door, 'cause the night is the night that we've been waiting for.
Okay,
Success.
rock riding was here.
Yes.
After our little excursion to the almost ghost town, we hit the trail again and drove up into the hills to find some camp.
Such a cool area, and coming up so high here, this is gorgeous. Those mountains with the setting sun.
I think anywhere along here, if we can find a good flat spot, this would be great. It's beautiful.
Now let's keep eyes open for a good camp spot. This is just a nice side of the hill here.
One on the right.
After a little while, we came across a reasonably flat spot with a fire ring right off the trail and decided to call this home for the night.
Come. A little more. What's up? Nice view from here. Love it.
We just came from Amboy and now we found a perfect spot up in the hills here. It's beautiful. I think we will have a really nice sunset right there. This is the panorama window here. It's really nice and warm. It's not windy. Hopefully that will stay that way.
I gotta change the side panels from the side packs because over there the rotor packs get in the way of the ladder for the tent. So I just flip those around, put the rotor packs on the driver's side and put the axe and the shovel on the passenger side.
Can you bring me a cocktail?
later. That looks pretty comfortable up there.
I know.
The weather was perfect, and the view over the valley was magical. We just don't get tired of these perfect desert sunsets.
My phone downloaded like that. I mean, there was no pictures, barely.
One of the perks of overlanding in February is the later sunrise, which means we get to witness the dawn nearly every morning. These sunrises might not steal the show from those fiery desert sunsets, but they have a quiet, breathtaking beauty of their own, and they are filling us with energy for the day ahead. But now, it's time to break camp and hit the trail again.
Good morning. We are on the trail already, and it's been another beautiful morning. We found an amazing camp spot up above Amboy here in the Mojave Desert, the southern part of the Mojave Desert. Really beautiful views all the way around, and the temperatures were perfect. So nighttime temperatures were in the high 40s, low 50s. I guess we probably only brought our diesel heater for extra weight this time. And I'm not mad about it, so this is pretty nice. And it's reasonably dry, so we don't have to deal with a lot of condensation in the tent, which is wonderful. Our camp packing up skills are getting better every day, and now we're on the trail and hitting further section of the East Mojave Heritage Trail, section 3, which again is it's a long section, 230 miles. So let's see how far we can get today. We still have plenty of gas. So East Mojave Heritage Trail has been really interesting. There's so many different areas that you go through, anything from lava fields to deserts to Joshua trees to higher mountains, and we'll be going all over the map when it comes to elevation. And again, I mean, the guys who put this together, I believe his name was Billy Creech, was doing an amazing job. This must have been what the accomplishment of his lifetime to put this thing together.
These days the night shift cutie at the truck stop knows my name. Threw the candle in the midnight oil and lit up the honky-tonk highway. I see the sun come up, cause I ain't been to bed. Gonna have my name cut into a stone when I lay my head. No rest for the wicked, at least for a few 100 miles. I'm running wild, ride the lightning, run on empty in the ring of fire. Rolling like the Mississippi, oh mama tried. But I got bad down to my bones, don't know where I'm gonna go, oh sweet child, I'm running wild.
This morning, the trail continued on BLM land, and then after we crossed under the freeway, we were back in the Mojave National Preserve.
Always been a runner, never been one for settling down. Spent my life in the backwoods looking for ways out of a one-horse town. I found a 6-string ticket and jumped that westbound train.
Pretty soon, we were greeted by some really cool rock formations.
Cloud 9 is a cloud of dust for the next 1,000 miles. I'm running wild, ride the lightning, run on empty in the ring of fire. Rolling like the Mississippi, oh mama tried. But I got bad down to my bones, don't know where I'm gonna go, oh sweet child, I'm running wild, yeah, I'm running wild, mama, I'm running wild, yeah, I'm running wild, I'm running with the devil, rolling down the road, riding on the storm, living like I'm dying slow. Headlights in the fast lane is my home.
A little later, we decided to take a little shortcut on the road that went straight up the Fauché Pass all the way up to 4,400 feet elevation. This road was very steep in some sections, and it was a ton of fun to drive. Next, we were heading up north to the Hole in the Wall, a very unusual rock formation in the Black Canyon of the Mojave National Preserve.
Wow, that is so cool.
The Hole in the Wall has a little visitor center and is home to the famous Ring Trail. We were a little nervous about this one, since none of us is much of a rock climber. But this one is so unique that we had to give it a try. Holy mackerel.
I'm gonna watch this from up here. This is more fun.
Once committed, we had to go the whole way. But I would be lying if I'd say I thought that was a great idea.
Okay. This is awesome. I see where the ring comes in handy now, I think. You're tall enough.
Right. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Okay, you're right on it.
Wow, that's quite the reach.
Yeah. And then you come straight down, you're right on that rock left.
Yeah, that's an awfully
Isn't
tight
that
canyon.
awesome? So does it go around? And we
I
end
think
up
so. I hope so.
Yeah, it's actually, you have more to hold on to here.
Oh, the rest, this looks really good. It just opens
Yeah,
right
it's
up.
from here it should
Yeah.
be easier, right?
Yeah. It opens up into a big field. Good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is easy. Yeah,
That one, yeah, perfect. Yep. Grab the next ring. Ring.
Nice bite.
It turns out we went about it the wrong way, literally. When we talked to the good folks at the visitor center after our hike, we learned that we were supposed to take the loop in the opposite direction. The rings are apparently much easier to navigate going up than climbing down, like we did.
That was fun. I got a nice video of you going down.
Oh, good.
Oh, this is so cool.
There's a barrel cactus up there.
It's fun.
This is not where you want to be if it's raining.
Yeah. Oh my God, this place must be something else if it rains.
Oh, yeah, that barrel cat just growing out of the mountain side there.
Awesome.
All right.
I like to use my butt as a fifth wheel.
Well,
There's Duffy. Look at all the holes.
Yeah, this place is really amazing. The ring loop trail is challenging, but you go through the super narrow canyon and it's magical here. So look at this. I mean, all these structures there. It looks so amazing, like we're on a different planet again. Well, the California gas prices are something else. $8.09, $8.10 for a gallon of regular. Those are European prices. That is certainly odd here. Frog parking only. I didn't get the memo that we were supposed to bring a frog. And here is the Mojave Road's famous target practice bus. There's the Mojave bus. In case you ever come through the town of Goffs, there's the Mojave bus and the mailbox.
we have finished the section 3. We skipped over a couple parts because we have only so much daylight left, and got some gas in Fenner at the gas station, which was the absolute record I ever paid for gas. $8.09, $8.10 per gallon. that was a lot, but hey, it's the only gas station that's here, and I'm happy they are here, so I don't have to run around with a almost empty tank of gas. And then we stopped at Goff's schoolhouse and took a little tour of saw the outdoor exhibits there, the Mojave bus and the frogs and things like this. That was kind of cool. And now we are on the section 1 trail, and it's getting a little later in the day, so we are just heading up the trail and start to look for camp. Let's hope we find something nice. That's going to be our last night camping on the trail, and we hopefully find a really nice spot, an adequate spot to finish this thing off. This has been a great trip so far. We had one awesome camp spot after another, really fun off-road driving, and yeah, I can't wait to do it again and maybe explore the rest of this whole thing. So let's hope we find a good camp spot tonight.
After checking out the outdoor section of the Mojave Museum in Goffs, we went up north on section 1 of the trail to find a good spot to camp. And we sure found one at the old Liza Ray mine that was quite well protected from the wind and had plenty of flat ground, which is always a plus. This was our last night on the East Mojave Heritage Trail, and we were all a little sad that this awesome adventure would soon come to an end. After another beautiful sunset, we enjoyed a wonderful evening around the campfire and shared some of the many new stories from this trip. And in the glow of the campfire, the old structures of the mine almost gave off a vibe of an ancient temple, which just added to the experience that night.
We have just finished up our last night camp here in the Mojave National Preserve. Found another interesting location at an old mine, which, especially at nighttime in the glow of the campfire, it looked a bit like some ancient ruins. And so we had a fantastic last night, and now we're back on the trail and making our way all the way back north for the long way home. Thanks for coming along. This has been an absolutely awesome trip, and I appreciate anybody watching. I hope you liked it. If you do, push the like button, and don't forget to subscribe. We love every single subscriber we have. You guys are a great community, and if you guys have any good ideas on what to do next, please leave it in the comments below.
This has been an incredibly rewarding journey, and we can't wait to come back here and explore the rest of the East Mojave Heritage Trail. Thank you for watching. See you on the trail.